Welcome to Car Talks with Nathan. This is the show where I'm going to answer some questions, and my mission is to help you become a better creator, a better business owner through my 13 years of experience. But this is Car Talks, so we drive a fun car and we answer the questions. Today, we're in the Shelby GT500, and I'm here with my co-host.
What it is, baby? I'm Johnny.
Let's hear that. Let's hear that beautiful. Oh my God. So me and Johnny are on a long road trip right now. So this episode is going to be a little long, but the good thing about this episode is all of the questions are actually from our school community. So if you guys are interested, there's a link in the top of the description. This is a community only for creators, no one else. And maybe if you're a business owner and you want to learn content creation, it's also good for you too. This community is full of creators. It's absolutely thriving. We have 300 members. Actually, by the time this episode goes out, we might have 400 members.
That's very true.
Our goal is to keep upping the price as we get more members, because we kind of want to grandfather in some of the founding members until we get to 1,000 members. So definitely be sure to sign up if you're interested in joining a community full of creators that can help review your thumbnails, your videos, all of that stuff. It's really, really cool. And we're doing monthly group coaching. So I'm going to host a call every single month. You can come ask me questions live, which is really cool. With that being said, Johnny, what's our first question?
Question number one. Do you think that YouTube is about entertaining people or connecting with people?
Definitely both, because, obviously YouTube is a entertainment platform. There's a lot of videos, like my videos, are designed for entertainment. But what do you mean by connecting? What's your...
I think my definition of connecting with people on YouTube is to make videos that resonate with people, that they can feel like, okay, me and this person will probably live the same life, but they just make content with it,
I think you have to do a little bit of both. They're both very important. There's all types of different purposes for YouTube channels. Some channels are meant to educate. Some channels are meant to entertain. This channel that you're watching right now is meant to educate. This is not entertaining. Let's be honest. You clicked on this video because you want to learn the formula of how to get out of a problem that you're stuck in, right? And hopefully by the end of this video, I can give you that. But every channel has a different purpose. I would say for all channels, your mission should be to connect with that viewer, because without connection, the world is ultimately a very lonely place. Think about humans if they couldn't connect. It would be very sad, very lonely. If you know how to connect with viewers better in your videos, then of course you should focus on that. And that should be a piece of your content. That's what I do with all of my videos. Even this video I'm filming right now, or even the videos I put on some of my bigger channels that are more entertainment driven, our mission is still to connect. Connection. Because you know what connection leads to? Connection leads to people coming back to your channel, which is one of the most important laws of content creation. You have to get people to click your videos, watch your videos, and return to your next videos. That is the basic 3-step formula of how to go from 0 to 1 million subscribers. But obviously that 3-step formula goes insanely deep, because the clicking part has to do with your video idea, your video title, your video thumbnail, and that goes insanely deep, right? We have entire 4-hour sections in Blueprint University about that stuff. But the return part is connected to how well you can connect with a viewer. Now, there's a lot of different ways to connect with a viewer, kind of like what you just mentioned, Johnny. One of the ways to connect with a viewer is to make them feel like we're similar, right? The other way to connect with a viewer is through emotions. A lot of people, when they, laughter releases a lot of dopamine. And if someone, have you ever been to a comedy show, Johnny?
Yeah.
So when a comedian makes you laugh, you feel more connected to that person because you're releasing dopamine, happiness, and that's just connecting you a little bit better with that person. Now, the same way goes for the other emotions like joy, sadness, curiosity, whatever it is. On top of that, you got to think that education is a very powerful way to connect with someone, because teaching people things is powerful. Think about this. If I teach someone something and then they go apply it and then they learn something from it, they're gonna think back at me because I taught them how to do that. Think of your teachers when you're growing up. They taught you specific things. Or think of, what's a famous cook? Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay, yeah.
So imagine you follow Gordon Ramsay's recipe. Gordon Ramsay is teaching you how to make something, and then you take that meal and you take it to one of your friends' birthday parties, and all of your friends love it. They say, oh my gosh, this meal is so good. Dude, you did such a good job cooking this. But in the back of your head, you're gonna know that Gordon Ramsay helped you make that. So you're gonna have a positive reinforcement with Gordon Ramsay as a person, therefore leading to deeper connection.
Dude, there's a love bug on your hat right now.
Where?
On your hat.
Bro, what? Anyways, is it still there?
No, it's gone.
But yeah, my point is that there's a lot of different ways to connect with people. And connection, in my opinion, goes very deep in the spectrum of value. What value? If you can focus on value, because a lot of people obsess over connection, how can I connect with my audience? And it all equates to value, right? So just like the education example that I just gave you, if you can educate someone super well, that is giving them value. And if they get value from that information, that translates to connection. And that's honestly, I just gave you the formula for how I'm gonna grow this Blueprint YouTube channel. I'm not even kidding. If I can educate people better and I can give them more value and I can give them more knowledge, they will connect with me more, which will make them enjoy me, which will also make them want to subscribe to this channel, which will also make them want to watch more videos, which will also make them might want to share a video with one of their friends. It all just connects and connects and connects, but it all goes back to value. And it all goes back to me doing a really good job making these videos for y'all. So if you think about your audience, think about what is the most valuable thing you can give them. Like I said just a second ago, value could be emotions, it could be teaching someone something, like our main channel, our big channel, the Unspeakable channel. The value that we give on that channel is creative ideas and comedy. We focus on trying to make the most creative video we can, and we focus on comedy because those are the two value props that we have. Those are the two things that we focus on with every single video we post. And we know that also aligns with what our audience cares about, because our audience is younger and they're creative and they want to see crazy things, but also they're kids and they want to laugh. They want to feel comedy, right? So trying to align those values with the audience that you want in the future is very powerful. I feel like I just gave a TED talk, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was really good.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to live up to what I just said. You know what I'm saying?
Question number 2. What makes an idea feel like an unspeakable video?
That's a good question.
This can also resonate to a lot of other creators as well.
So one of the big things we focus on is being different. And I know that sounds very simple, but being different is very powerful, because if you're one of the first people to do something different or original, a lot of people, like I just mentioned, will get a lot of value out of that. And also, if you're one of the first person to do a certain idea or a certain thing, you tend to get the most amount of results from it. So a perfect example of this is the video I did where I filled my house with packing peanuts. That was dude, look at this thing. What is this? What is going on here, dude?
Oh my gosh.
You Fast and Furious? You trying to go under it real quick? If you look back at our video, filling my house with packing peanuts, I was the first YouTuber to fill my house with packing peanuts. There was no one else that did that. There was some other YouTubers that filled their houses with different things, like Roman Atwood filled his house with ball pit balls, which is actually where I got my idea. And I used the 1 + 1 = 2 methodology that we teach in Blueprint University in order to think of that viral idea. So believe it or not, a lot of the videos I have on my channel that have 70, 80, 90 million views actually came from the 1 + 1 = 2 method that we teach in Blueprint University. The reason that idea was very powerful, right? It was a very crazy idea, which was very different. No one has ever done it. So I was one of the first people to do it that made me stand out. That put me on the map, because the thing is there's thousands and thousands of creators out there, but really the only way to stand out is to be so different, be so different. And I know that's really hard to do, but that video ended up getting, I think it's at like 80 million views. And we've done the video multiple times. We've done it in a lot of different ways. But then a lot of other creators obviously tried to copy me. They also would fill their house with ball pit balls and do these things. And they couldn't get as many views as I pulled because I was the first one to do it. I kind of set the standard. And this is something a little deeper that we talk about in Blueprint University. And I'm sorry I keep mentioning it, but it's literally everything I know about YouTube, so I always refer back to it, is we talk about the difference between a cook and a chef. So when you start a YouTube channel, you start as a cook and you are basically going to follow recipes. You're gonna follow the path and the ideas of other content creators, and that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's exactly how I started my YouTube channel. But then eventually one day, you're gonna become a chef. And a chef is someone who makes their own recipes from scratch. And that's what I focus on with my Unspeakable videos. That is how we be different, is we're trying to create our own unique recipes because we know that that is what is going to create the future. Because at the end of the day, you can look at all the audience metrics, the retention, but data only tells you about the past. Data won't tell you what's gonna work in the future. So we have to be constantly testing these new ideas, these different ideas. We have to be focusing on how to be a chef. Yeah, I got 10 million subscribers. Actually, we almost have 20 million subscribers, but that's not gonna be the same way that I'm gonna get to 40 million or 50 million subscribers. I'm gonna have to think of more creative, more unique, better ideas to keep pushing the boundaries and keep going. That lesson right there applies to every YouTube creator, not just myself. It applies to a creator that has 1,000 subscribers, 100,000, 500,000, whatever it is. That's something you have to focus on, have to. There's no other way around it. It will be very hard for you to stand out if you're not different. And being different doesn't just have to apply to your video ideas. It could apply to other things like your personality and all of these other things that make us creators. That's what I would say.
Question number 3. If you were mentoring a new creator, maybe somebody that has over 1,000 videos and probably over 50K subs, right? And if they were having trouble with video ideas and video titles, what would you tell them not to do?
First off, video ideas and video titles are the exact same thing. So throw the whole video title thing out of the window and just focus on video ideas, because the title part is easy, honestly. Video ideas, what would I not do? I would not focus on ideas that everyone else is doing, but I would try to identify a unique idea and do it many times with many variations. So the opposite effect of that is I would not pick a decently good video idea, only do it once, and then think to myself, this doesn't work, because that's not true. You have to keep iterating. My first ever viral video that I posted, I made 23 versions of that video, but I really believed in the video idea. I thought the video idea was really good. I thought it was unique. I saw that no one else was doing it. I made 23 versions in 23 different ways, and eventually the 24th one went viral. I would tell that creator to, if you have a good idea that's really unique, you have to keep focusing on it, and you have to do it a lot of different ways, because you just can't expect to post one video and just for it to if you have one good idea, if you just post it and expect it to go viral, that's the stupid, that doesn't make any sense. You have to be constantly iterating over and over again. That's just what it means to be a creator and also a business owner. Same with products. You're constantly iterating products and features and things and all of these things, and you're focused on your customer, your audience, all of these things, but you're testing and testing. And what happens when you stop testing, right? You're not gonna grow. I would tell him that, and that's really it. To be honest with you, maybe I would tell him to focus more time on ideas, because don't focus less time, focus more time on ideas, because a lot of creators, they don't focus enough time on ideas. They'll think of an idea, they'll do brainstorming for an hour a day. That's not enough. You gotta do more than that. Way more than that. I do a lot of brainstorming. I have entire days of brainstorming. Entire days, not just 1 hour. So more, not less. Less isn't gonna do anything for you. Algorithm hacks ain't gonna do anything for you. It's not gonna save your YouTube channel, right? The only thing that's gonna save your YouTube channel is you making better videos, more consistent videos, focused on an audience, on a niche, one category of content, and constantly branching out those ideas, iterating on the good ideas, making the same idea over and over again with multiple variations until it takes off. That's the blueprint. and to also focus on click watch return. That's all you gotta do. That's it. Now, it sounds like a lot. It does. But when you lay it on a spreadsheet, it's really not that much. Really not that much. It's very easy, simple to understand, very difficult to execute. It's the same way with working out. Johnny, how do you work out and get fit? There's only 2 things you have to do. Only 2.
Dude, you gotta eat healthy and go to the gym.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's it. That's it. All you gotta do is eat healthy and go to the gym. It's such a simple thing to do, but so many people struggle with it because it's hard. So it's easy to understand, difficult to achieve, right? So that's kind of the way I look at content creation. Content creation is very easy to understand, not difficult to do. And a lot of people have trouble understanding it. The thing is like when I talk to a lot of creators, they're like, I don't understand how to do this. I don't understand how to do that. And I'm just like, yeah, you do. You're just not doing it. Like you haven't done it enough. They'll be like, oh, I don't know why my channel's not viral. And I'm like, you only have 400 videos. 400. It took me 1,000, like whatever. You get the point. More, never less. Focus is the key to success. Look, anyone can make a viral YouTube channel. Anyone can make a successful business. The only difference between me and you right now, as I talk to you in this video, is my experience, my knowledge, and my time, the amount of work I've put in the time that I've been here. That is the only difference. So if you put in the same amount of work and you get the same amount of knowledge that I have in my brain and you have the same amount of time, there's really no reason that you can't find major levels of success. There's really not. So, if you take a professional basketball player like Kobe Bryant and you take another guy that, let's say he has the same athletic ability, he has the same height as Kobe Bryant, but what's the difference? Kobe Bryant has a lot of basketball knowledge and he has a lot of skill, a lot of training, a lot of hard work. So that is really the only 2 difference between those 2 people, right? So if you put in the work and get those skills, get that knowledge, put in all those hours, there's no reason you can't be great. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They're like, oh, give me the algorithm hack. No, it's not going to save your channel. It's probably going to hurt it, to be honest. It's just not. It's just not. I get a lot of creators asking me, they're like, have you ever tried to pay for your YouTube views? I'm like, what? Y'all do that? I've never done that in my life. You pay for YouTube views, you ain't gonna get, bro, you're just throwing money in a trash can. You might as well just throw money in a trash can because what is that gonna do? Like nothing. It's not gonna do anything, right? Now it's different if you're running paid ads for a service. That's different. If you're running paid ads, that's different. I'm talking about making content. And a lot of people think they can pay their way into this game. There's no paying your way into this game. If I wanted to start MMA, if I wanted to become a UFC fighter next week, you think I can pay to win? There's no way, dude. I would get absolutely rocked in the ring. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Point is right now you suck at making YouTube videos. And that's okay. But how do you suck less? You do more work, period. That's it. That's the equation, right? You're looking for all these secrets about how do I get views. Do more work. You want to suck less, you do more. Simple as that. For some people, it's a very hard concept to grasp, but for others that understand it, you will go very far in life. So that's today's episode. Thanks, Johnny, for being our host. We're gonna keep driving. We got more hours to put in, but we'll see you next week. Definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're posting new videos every single week, or every single day, Johnny?
Every single day, bro.
Every single day?
We're going
daily?
day.
This is crazy. Dude, I can't believe this channel's free. I should charge $80 a month for this. I might. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Or tomorrow, sorry.